write a book, The Mothers of West Point. I had a friend that did a book in the past, a Christian girl, and she had called me and said, could you do one chapter? And I thought to myself, how interesting would it be if we put together a book with the chapters of what our experience was as a West Point mom. So I just jotted down some of my own ideas, and I wanted to ask you moms, in your spare time when you can, and then when you see me again, I mean, who knows when, but just write down your own experience. I'll just read you real quick the introduction, and it'll give you an idea. And this is just a suggestion. The Mothers at West Point, Moms in Training. When my son entered West Point, living the dream he had as a young Cub Scout on a class trip, I had no idea what he or I was signing on for. From gut-wrenching R Day to graduation with all its pomp and circumstance, I was in training as well. The United States Military Academy had their own language, codes, rules of play, and mental fitness game that was not for the faint-hearted cadet or their parents. There would be much to learn, and quickly, might I add, on what is expected as a parent and what's frowned upon in the academy. And then I talk about my son's dream, and how my father was on with my father-in-law. And it was different now because when your own son or daughter is involved, there's an immediate game change. The stakes are higher and it becomes very personal. And then I talked about the process of getting in the academy. And so during these 4 years, I've met many wonderful women, mothers with beautiful minds and hearts, whose stories deserve to be written. Who are these mothers watching in the background as their sons and daughters go through a grueling process and rigorous training, knowing that in the end they would be thrust into harm's way? These are women who are gallant and lovely, with etiquette and class. They are prayerful and serious about their families and our beloved country. They are not afraid to do whatever it takes to make this world a better place. They carry the heart and spirit of America and give all for the sake of liberty. To them, I tip my hat. It is because of these women and their children that this country is great. It is their sacrifice that makes all the difference. I am so very grateful to be counted among them and proud to be the mother of a son of the United States Military Academy. And then I explained about how, as I was getting ready to visit one of the moms who had recently had back surgery and whose son was presently leading a platoon in Afghanistan, I was given the vision for this book. There are books written by brilliant generals, and certainly many, on the tactics of war or the history of war. But I could find little written by the mothers of these patriots. And so these are the deepest thoughts and memoirs of those mothers and their experiences. It is with much hope and prayer that the Mothers at West Point, Moms in Training book enlightens you to be lifted up by their courage, determination, and self-sacrifice. It is also meant to add a lighter side to the serious, hard-hitting reality that your son or daughter will go from civilian to soldier in 4 short years. Please enjoy as you read these notes from the mothers of the Long Way Line. So if you could just write from your heart, I mean, I did one chapter on our day, I won't read it, but any experience, Army, Navy game, sharing with the boys at your home, whatever it was that was your personal experience. I think if we put this together in a book, that it would be a beautiful thing for these moms as their kids are coming into West Point. I mean, I would have read it ferociously.
Right.
So just dream about it, think about it, and if you could, just jot some things down, and we'll get together again on that. All right? Thank you.
Joanne, I'd like to tell you that I don't think there was a dry eye among the mothers of West Point anymore. And I think that you really deserve some credit for coming up with something like this. And it was a wonderful idea.
Right.